34:1. For all bless ye the Lord, all ye servants of the Lord, which by night stand in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hands in the sanctuary, and bless the Lord that made heaven and earth. Bless thee out of Zion. So, Khan, want to give a shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel, and all praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. All right, first and foremost, and shalom to you sincere Akim, you sincere Aquawad, who serve the Most High in truth and sincerity. Shalom. Hey, yo, bro, what's going on, man?
Hey,
what's your nationality, man?
what's my nationality? I guess Hispanic.
Hispanic?
Yeah.
Of what origin?
I don't know.
You don't know? When I say origin, I mean like Puerto Rican or Mexican.
Oh, Mexican.
Mexican? All right, bro, that's what's up, man. I'm gonna show you something. You believe in the Bible?
I do.
You believe in the God of the Bible?
Yeah.
All right, I got you. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to this real quick. Now, the children of Israel, you know who they are? You know a little bit about the Bible, you a little bit learned? In a way?
Yeah, children of Israel, yeah.
God's chosen people, right?
Yeah.
God. All right, so I'm gonna show you something. So, you know that Jacob, his name was later turned to Israel, and then his sons descended from him, and they took on the name Israelites. You know the 12 sons of Jacob? You had Judah, Benjamin, Levi, us, etc.
Yeah.
All right, so one of his sons were Issachar,
Okay.
One of his sons is Issachar. What Issacharites, they're actually the so-called Mexicans today.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna show you that because it's lucky. We have a lot of nationalities in the Bible, and they're still here today. We just go by different names.
Right.
But all the people in the Bible, they're still here today.
God.
All the nationalities in the Bible, they are still here today. So this is Issachar. I'm gonna read a prophecy of Issachar. This is Genesis 49:1 verse. It says, "And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days." So, you believe in prophecy?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, this is Jacob prophesying to his sons that in the last days, these things will fall upon you. Now, if I were to ask you, you believe we're living in the last days?
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, because everybody knows pretty much we're living in the last days.
Yeah,
Man.
calamities.
Yeah. This whole economy is falling down.
Yeah.
America is on its last foot. All the other nations, it's prophesied that they're going to want to destroy this place. Those nations are mad. Those nations want to destroy the place right now. A lot of prophecies being fulfilled.
Right.
So I'm gonna read this right here.
Okay,
right quick.
yeah.
So in the last days, this is Jacob prophesying to one of his 12 sons, Issachar. Now Issachar is the so-called Mexican today. I'm gonna read.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna read. And basically you can link it up this way.
Okay.
Issachar, Genesis 49:14. Issachar is a strong ass, couching down between two burdens. Now, you know the asses, according to scripture.
Do I know the what?
Do you know the asses?
No.
Biblical? So an ass in the scriptures.
donkeys?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Basically, an ass just means a donkey.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's
Yeah,
not.
because Jesus rode on an ass.
Yeah. So yeah, an ass just means a donkey.
Yeah.
Now a donkey.
A jackass, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? The ass, and you know that he basically what his status is in the kingdom. Well, not the kingdom, but the animal kingdom. Is what I mean to say.
The status of the donkey in the animal
Yeah.
kingdom? No.
Would you say he's like one of the hardest working animals? Well, the hardest working animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically he is, man. He's the one that what do they call it? The millstone?
Yeah, great millstone.
Yeah. Basically he pushes the millstone, man, around. And those things are hard to push. He tills the ground, I believe, man. He's like a strong animal.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna read it again. Issachar is a strong ass, couching down between two burdens. I mean, he's carrying something heavy, right?
Right.
Now this is a prophecy again that the forefather Jacob is speaking to his children, and one is being the Israelites, the so-called Mexicans.
Okay.
Now, who's the strongest working people today?
Today?
Yeah.
Blacks
In the
and
last days.
Mexicans.
Right, man. This man bears witness.
You said blacks?
Blacks and Mexicans.
Nah,
Oh,
bro,
my bad.
not
No,
blacks.
no.
Take that back, bro.
No, take that back.
Yeah.
No, not take that back. But you got it partially correct.
Mexicans or who?
You already know, man. Don't worry about saying black.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of like, we might be on construction site with y'all sometimes, but we for sure not gonna work as hard as y'all, bro. We'll try to hide sometimes, maybe get some days off, something, bro.
Yeah, we be under the tree somewhere, man.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, man, I seen I was working one day, I was walking down the street, and I saw a group of Hispanics, most likely all Mexican. They was working on a house, you know, and this is basically a neighborhood. All the houses were built up. Who most likely built all those houses? So-called Mexicans.
Yeah.
Now, those Mexicans were working, they turned on their Hispanic music. You know, I don't even know, they probably had some Corona somewhere. But they was working hard, man. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I work in neighborhoods, bro. Like those doing the roofs and everything. Like it's all your people,
roofing,
bro. Why do you think the house is so nice? Like everything is so tight.
Everything's symmetrical, everything in place, all the beams in order. Now, if you have a Jake, you have, man,
Israel.
If you have all so-called blacks working on a house, that thing is not gonna be done in a while. You know, now the Hispanics, they're gonna get it done. You know, us, we're gonna be in a tree somewhere, damn, you know, in our car.
Yeah, so
we're not gonna get it done like that. So basically, the so-called Mexicans, y'all are that hard-working animal, the donkey. You know, that's what Jacob's saying. All right. It says, verse 15, and he saw that rest was good in the land, that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. So in the end, though, you guys became a servant unto tribute. Now that's why you find yourself on the construction sites, man. Where else you find Mexicans, so-called Mexicans? Basically on the construction sites, man.
Yeah, in the fields.
You guys are working hard in the fields, man. You guys are working hard. You guys are hard-working people, and that's what Jacob told you guys. But you guys became a servant unto tribute, meaning basically labor, man. You guys became a servant to labor. That's why you guys always be working. You know, if you need someone to build your house correctly, or you need someone to do maintenance on your house, bro, I'm gonna call so-called Mexicans because they do it great. You know,
that's a good thing, man.
Yeah, but that's basically prophecy telling you that, look, who else is this talking about in the last days? This is definitely not talking about the so-called white man, so-called black man, so-called East Indian man. It's talking about y'all, man. You know? Now I'm gonna bring out something else to you.
What was the prophecy? What was the overall
Basically,
prophecy?
the overall prophecy is that Issachar, he's going to be a strong ass. He's going to be that hardworking people. Now, an ass is comparable in a human, basically being compared to a hardworking person. You guys are that hardworking person, man.
He was just basically prophesying about like how your people, your personality, like just attributes and traits about your people in the last days. That just shows you that links up with you guys perfect.
As a whole.
You can even get Judah. Show him Judah real quick.
Judah,
That'll show you that's talking about us.
So this is Judah. Judah, you'll come to find out that these are well. Actually, let me read it to you, and you kind of see.
Mind if I get a little picture of you while you're reading?
It's cool, bro. Yeah, it's cool. Let me get this. Genesis 49:8. It says, "Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. All right, thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies." Now, bro, if I were to ask you, I'm gonna read it again. It says, "Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise." Now, who is praised today? Who is that more glorified person, people today? You know, how should I put it?
Yeah,
basically,
like, think about it, bro. Like you watch sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like who does everybody want to be like?
LeBron James.
LeBron, right? Michael Jordan, right?
coming up with the newest trends, man. Coming up with the newest, basically.
It's not to bash any other one else, but it's like if we just be like for real, like just be for real.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be like so-called black, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's why I just said it's not us just trying to put ourselves on a pedestal. The Bible said that we're gonna be the ones that are all the brethren are gonna praise. That's why like fashion, high-end fashion, it really is kind of like dictated by us, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then y'all too, like you for sure, y'all are, everyone likes to follow just Israel in general. Cause you too, y'all too, man, y'all be kind of banging hard on the music and everything too, but for sure, the ones who are really praised would be the so-called blacks today.
That's the fact, man. You know, on the face of every basically all the sports, the face of the sport would be a so-called black man. You know, you have LeBron James. What else? I know. I was just thinking of another one, but even soccer too.
Jordan.
You know, you got the Mexicans, but really that's just being Israel.
Yeah.
But Judah, the so-called blacks, they the ones that are gonna be praised. You know, they're the ones that are gonna be glorified for basically having that. You know, being in the last days. It's just a prophecy.
Deuteronomy 7:6 is a good piece.
7:6, yeah. So that's about it on that. But let me go to Deuteronomy 7:6. All right.
That's cool. That's cool. What were you guys' names?
Basically, my name is Matt.
Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is real quick, bro. Deuteronomy 7:6. It says, "For thou art an holy people, unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So the Lord said that the so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that they would be above all people upon the face of the earth. Now, again, you wouldn't need me to tell you that. We kind of just went through it, you know?
Yeah.
We're the ones that have the most skill. We add that salt to the earth, man.
Yeah.
We the ones on the, literally on the basketball courts, on the soccer fields, on the, even the tennis fields, man. I know you have a so-called black woman. She be dominating on the tennis field, man.
Yeah.
Basically, we are that people.
Yeah, we're getting
who are
on that
above
hockey
all
too.
people.
So we're getting on that hockey too.
Hockey too, probably, bro. Wherever we go to damn Canada, go anywhere, man. We getting it. You know the sport now. This might not be us too much, but the sport where you're on the horse, you have a little stick and get the ball or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We probably doing that too.
Yeah.
We dominate
That's
if we
like
tried.
an
Like,
entrance.
Yeah, if we tried.
if we wanted to.
Ain't nobody really looking at that sport, but if we tried, man,
Exactly.
I don't know what it's about, but we'd be going, man.
That's an old sport, ain't it?
What's
Like that's like an ancient sport, ain't it?
I don't know.
Like I don't think that's around anymore.
I think they still play it again. Probably somewhere in England or Scotland. You don't really hear about it in the US, but hey, if we was doing it, y'all people might take it. Our people, not our people, but the so-called Mexicans, so-called blacks, or even Native Americans, they would probably damn dominate that sport. You know,
Yeah.
you know,
Hey,
all the former.
Puerto Ricans, Ephraim, he got baseball on lockdown.
But yeah. That man got the arm. You know, best pitchers, best batters, best everything, man.
Come on,
You know.
read that again, man.
Again, let's read. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So, you know, that's talking about the Israelites, man.
Yeah.
That's talking about the people who are above all people.
Yeah.
The so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know, again, we just went through it basically,
Jew
but
first and then the Gentile.
yeah, well, you said the Jew first and then Gentile?
Yeah.
We'll go into that later, bro. But basically, let's go into Deuteronomy 28. All right. Basically, breaking down to you who the Israelites are. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28:15. It says, "But it shall come to pass that when thou hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." So, the Lord is speaking to the Israelites through Moses. He's saying, if y'all don't follow the commandments of the Lord, he's going to curse you. All right? So, you know any commandments by chance?
Yeah, like don't covet, don't kill, honor
Right,
your
right.
mother and father.
Right. So you have different commandments, and you'll come to find out that there's actually 613 commandments. You know, various laws.
Yeah, because the Pharisees added those, right?
No, those were traditions. The Pharisees, they added their little traditions, like you had to wash your hands before you eat. You had to take a shower before you sit down.
Gotcha.
And different things like that. But those were traditions.
Oh, okay.
The traditions actually went against the law, you know, in some cases. But the laws were ordained by the Most High, not by man.
Right.
You know, the Pharisees added their own tradition. Now 613, that's all from the Most High.
Go on.
I'm gonna get this in Deuteronomy 28:15. 16. Now here's one of the curses that would come upon the Israelites for not doing the commandments. It said, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field." Now if that rings a bell, when was the Israelites cursed in the city? You know, even nowadays, man. I'm not talking about back then when. I'm talking about cursed in the city right
Cursed
now.
in the city right now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's living in the hood, in the slum and ghetto?
Right. Blacks and Mexicans.
Yeah, who
Blacks
deals
and
with
Mexicans.
all type of gangs, bro? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Drugs in the
Hellish.
community,
You know?
poverty, you know?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, anything you could think of, who lives on the bottom of the totem pole, bro?
Yeah.
Mexico's not even that, bro. Our hoods is not even as bad as your hoods in Mexico, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this talking about us.
For sure, man. Even like you said in Mexico, you guys gotta go down. You know, y'all gotta pretty much live tight over there. But this is again, it said, "And cursed shalt thou be in the field." Now, who was cursed in the ancient field? Not the ancient, but back then. You know, in that field, like the cotton field, or the corn field, tobacco field, the sugar field. What else field? Some other fields, man. You know, who was cursed in those fields?
Blacks.
So-called blacks, and even the so-called Hispanics, and I believe the Native Americans.
All right, man. Christopher Columbus, Hernan Cortez, the conquistadors, they made y'all do all that, bro. Cut your hands off if you didn't bring enough gold. They was burning you guys at the stake.
Right.
I mean, it was really bad, man, to be honest.
That's cursed. That's what you call cursed in the field. You see, a curse is a bad thing. And curses would be coming upon us in the field, bro. Man, you gotta go pick cotton in your hand. They show in the movies. You pick the cotton and you might cut your hand up. You watch a slavery movie?
No,
before?
well, I've heard of it. Like they got the little seeds in their shirt.
Yeah, I think something like that. Basically, for like thorns, you know. But you haven't watched slavery movies though?
I mean, yeah, I've seen
Roots. 12 years. 12 years of slaves is actually a newer one.
No, I haven't seen that one.
You probably got to watch those, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You probably got to watch those movies, you know, because it tells you a little bit. If you don't know history, if you're not too apt in history in the 1600s and that part of the history, you might just watch the movie, you know, and still get into, you know, reading the books and looking into it. But like I said, if you watch the movie, it tells you a lot.
This Bible is really our history book right here, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're 46 too, just to kind of show them why we're bringing it up.
Let me go to 46. It says, "And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever." Now the Lord said that these curses will be upon us for a sign and for a wonder, and upon our seed forever. So the curse that the Lord puts upon us, those curses are not just on one generation. Those curses are not just back in the 1600s. Those curses will trace all the way up until now. If the Israelites are still here, you'll know them by their curses, because it said they're going to be for a sign and for a wonder. So you know how you look at Razuz?
Yeah.
That has a Razuz sign, you know?
Yeah.
And you know that's Razuz's cousin sign. Now you would know the Israelites because the curses that they're going through. And it's on the physical level. You don't need to go too deep into it. You know who's cursing the fields. You know who's cursing the city, man. Even the modern day fields, you know? You can barely get a job. You know, now that's the modern day field. Like you the first fired, but the last hired, you know? You can't even get a good job, like I said. You know, all those $30 an hour and plus, that don't go to us, you know? We gotta work the low wage jobs. We gotta go to the McDonald's. We gotta go to the low wage jobs, man, you know?
Yeah.
So we more curse in the field.
Okay.
But let me go to verse 32. It says, now I know you know anything about slavery though? Like, I'm pretty sure you know, but
yeah, I mean,
you learn about it in school?
Yeah.
So basically you know about the slavery a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. All right, so it says, this is 32. It says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eye shall look and fell with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand." So, you know what that's talking about?
No.
Basically, they might not teach you this, or they might, I don't know. But basically what that's talking about is our sons and our daughters, they would be given unto another people. You know, if you watch a slavery movie, like I said, our sons and daughters were sold to the so-called white men. You know, to Master Jenkins, Master James, and Master Johnson, man. That literally, that's what they were sold to, man. And what could we do? All we could do is mourn. All we could do is damn. You know, you got children?
No, I don't.
All right, so basically, if you had children, they would be sold to another people, you know, because that's the curse the Lord put on us. Now, if you go back into history, whose children were sold? Were the so-called white, the Chinese, the Arabs, or the East Indian, were their children sold to another people? Not at all, man. They wasn't sold to another people, but our people, for sure. And next verse, real quick. These are just basic prophecy to show you that we are that chosen people. We are the Israelites. So this is verse 54.
I think 48.
48?
47.
47? Con. So we'll go to verse 47 instead. It says, "Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness of heart and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore thou shalt serve the Lord thy God." Serve the enemies which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst. So the Lord said, since we didn't serve him in gladness of heart, since we didn't serve him being, you know, cheerful when we had everything, look, we're gonna have to serve our enemies instead. You know, we probably wasn't following no commandments no more, you know. We was doing our own thing after a certain period of time, because we blessed. We don't need the Lord no more. therefore, look, you could just serve your enemy then, man.
Hey, you know about King Solomon, King David?
Yeah.
You know their kingdom was so glorious. King Solomon, it was so glorious that it said that gold was like silver, and he said silver, it was like common stone in his day, bro. So like if you just look down the ground, find a stone, that's what silver was like to us back then, bro. We was living fat, man. We was living nice.
Right.
But back then we was going off though.
Yeah, he was the wisest man.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. So we was living good, but because of it, we believed that, look, we got everything now, and we don't need the Lord no more. That's how really, you know, your mind kind of works, but you got to come out that thing, you know? So I'm going to read it again. It said, because thou servest the Lord thy God with joyfulness of heart, not the Lord thy God with joyfulness of heart, Salakia, and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger. So, in nowadays, who would you go to for food? If you was hungry, where do you have to go?
Grocery store.
Right, you gotta go to the grocery store. Now, who owns those grocery stores?
I don't know.
Do you know, you'll go up to the corporation and then basically higher and higher, you get to the so-called white man. The so-called white man, all in all, they really own all the stores, you know? They own the grocery stores. They run that thing, you know? So, in other words, you would have to go to the so-called white man to get some food.
For sure, all
Rather-
them fortune, I think it's like 500 stores and all that stuff.
Yeah,
All
for
them
sure.
all them big stores. We might have maybe a little bit of our own stores, but it's not as near as big as theirs, bro. We don't succeed like that.
Right. You don't have those. Razzoos, that's not ours. For sure not ours. Any big corporation, like you said, not out. McDonald's, we're not running that thing. Now, we might be the workers, but that's all we running. We ain't running the high making money, man.
Exactly.
You know? We ain't doing that.
Yeah.
We making $7.25. That's what
Exactly.
we're making, man.
Exactly. The manager think he got it when he got that. You know, the manager think he got it when he get that $13
Right.
$13 raise, man.
And the manager might be a Jake, but he ain't getting nothing either. He's getting ripped off. He get twice $7.25. He ain't getting nothing. He getting 13. You know. All right, let me go on. It says, and in thirst. So if you want a drink of water, you still got to go to the store. You know, you still got to go to your enemies for water.
Yeah.
You don't have your own well. You know, and if you want a well, you still got to go to the so-called white man to get it in your ground. You know. And just if you want water, basically, you got to go to him. Let's go on. It says, and in nakedness, meaning if you want clothes, who do you got to go to? The same person. You got to go to the so-called white man. You got to go to H&M. You got to go to Ross. You got where else? Where else? Some stores, man. You know some stores you go to.
Adidas, Nike,
your
Gucci,
Nike outlets, man.
all that, whatever.
You got to go to the so-called white man, man. You got to go to them. You know, you don't got no damn black-owned. Well, you might have some black-owned so-called businesses that do with clothing, but on a wide spectrum, it ain't us. It ain't us. Going on. Let me see here. It says, Slaki, and in one of all things. So again, if you want anything, who do you got to go to? If you need to go to the DMV, well, I said it already, but if you want to go get your driver license, if you want to go on a plane, get your passport, you want to buy a house, if you want to live somewhere, you want to buy a house, man, who do you have to go to? You got to go to the so-called white man. You cannot go and just build your own house. You cannot just go somewhere on the side of the road and build your own house. That's not going to happen. You have to go get paperwork to be on the side of the road. What's that man doing? You have to go get some paperwork to be on the side of the house. You know? I don't know what it's called. But yeah, man, if you want anything, you got to go to him. You know? Understand?
Yeah.
All right, let me go on. It says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Now he did that physically, and he did that figuratively, you know, or spiritually.
Yeah.
Because what happened? He literally put you see the slavery in history, they put a yoke on your neck, you know, on the so-called black man and Hispanic. We don't got the posters. We usually bring posters out here, but basically Hispanics, who was it? You know the history. Who was it? Hernan Cortez?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came over because y'all was dwelling in a land, it was called Techlotahana. You know, because you guys were them ancient Aztecs. Now, you know that history? You guys were the Aztecs?
I know that. But
He knows it better than I do. But basically, the Aztecs were living in Techlotahana, you know, and basically they was there by themselves, doing their own thing, probably prosperous, you know. But then they was wicked, and then the Lord sent over Hernan Cortez. Let me read that. All right, let me just read this and then link it up. All right. It says, "The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young." So it didn't matter if you was old or you're young, you're a child or you're ancient. Look, they had no pity. Now this is talking about a man who came from a far country and basically enslaved you. You know, basically was that what should I say? Basically they done killed your people.
right, yeah.
I'm looking for the word, but I can't find it. All right, but let me read this again. Verse 49. It said,
I got a precept like concerning that. This is Leviticus chapter 26, and I want to get 23. "And if you will not be reformed by me, by these things, but walk contrary unto me,
Right.
then I will also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you 7 times more for your sin." So the Most High said, if we walk contrary to His commandments, He said He's going to punish us 7 times more than what we were doing against Him, right? What is He going to say? He says, "I will bring a sword upon you that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant. And when you are gathered together in your cities, I will send a pestilence among you, and you shall be delivered into the hand of the enemies." So it says when we're doing wickedness in our own cities,
Yeah.
He would literally send somebody else to come and deal with us. Like that's why Hernan Cortez and the conquistadors, when Native Americans was dwelling safe, right? So all of a sudden you got these conquistadors come through and just wipe them out because they was being wicked, but they the Lord's people though, man. You see?
That's right.
The Lord uses the heathen to as like a sword, like a belt, like a rod. Because we're His children, and if your child's disobedient, right, bro?
Right, yeah.
Wouldn't you try to spank him, right?
Yeah.
So we were being wicked as hell. So the Lord has to spank us, but the Lord uses the nations to do so.
Gotcha.
Right.
I see. Okay.
Right, He's not gonna have a big ass belt just come out heaven. He's gonna send another people to do it, you know.
Yeah, gotcha. Well,
But I'll give this last one, man. One more.
Yeah.
All right, so that goes into that.
I'll finish that off on 48.
Verse 48.
Yeah.
It says, "Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall."
49.
49. It says, "For the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight." Now, when you read that, man, basically the Lord's gonna send a nation from far, as swift as the eagle flight. Now, who would portray themselves as being an eagle, or exalt themselves as being an eagle? Who would you say? Who symbolizes themselves as the eagle, the bald eagle? Who has a bald eagle
Oh,
as
Americans.
as their favorite bird or national bird? Americans, man. And not only the Americans, but also the Spaniards. They had a eagle on their flag, man. Even all the European men, they had basically Rome, Greeks, they all had that eagle on their flag. That's
Pretty much
them.
all Caucasians. Pretty much.
Caucasians who are like the Europeans, man, who come and basically are like the belt of the Most High to whoop you when you're going off, you know. Now let me go on. Let me keep reading that. It says, "A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young." So this would be a man of fierce countenance. You didn't understand his language, because when you was in Techlotahana, being which was basically what you guys went by in the ancient world, you guys wasn't speaking English, you know.
Right.
But the Spaniards, well, Spanish I should say, the Spaniards, they came speaking Spanish, and that was a strange language to you guys, you know. So they pushed that language on you, and basically they completely changed your heritage, you know.
Yeah.
That's why even today, you guys have quinceañeras, you guys have Cinco de Mayo, or Saint, whatever it's called,
You had
man.
it right the first time.
You guys have all those just, and I don't even know where they come from. They're weird, to be honest with you. Now, I'm not gonna say that to offend no one, but really, those traditions aren't from you guys. Those traditions are from the Spaniards, you know.
Yeah.
So if I say it's weird, to be honest, no way is an offense.
Yeah.
And get that one. You shall lose your heritage in Jeremiah.
Yeah, I'll get one more for you.
All right, I'm gonna walk around the city, take some pictures. Appreciate you guys.
Just one more, bro.
All right.
Just this last
Yeah,
one.
go ahead.
It says Jeremiah 17:4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies, which thou in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. So look, we are serving our enemies in a land we don't even know. You know, we was back in Israel, but then they took us, but then they took us, well, the African Americans from the west coast of Africa, put them in America. You guys had to serve captivity in your own land.
Yeah.
And basically you guys were stripped of your heritage because of other nations, man.
Yeah.
So that's what that's going into. So again, I'm just gonna ask you one more question. Why did all this happen?
Because we were being disobedient.
Right. Now, that's true. But how can you be disobedient to the Most High? What are the steps to take to be disobedient?
Just do your own thing.
Pretty
instead of
much.
God's will.
Pretty much, but let me go to it. All right, let me, verse 15, Deuteronomy 28:15, going back to the base. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So now, if we didn't do his commandments, that's what happened, you know? That's why we was cursed in the city, in the field, being shot down, and all that, man. So in the end, how would we reverse that?
Follow God's will.
Right. But basically, you said it, commandment, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, if we broke the commandments, we just gotta do the commandments, you know?
Do the commandments.
Now,
Love
you
God,
might
love your neighbor.
Because you gotta have the faith and the works.
You gotta have the faith and the works.
Yeah, the faith is in Yahweh or who the world calls Christ. Your works is the commandments, bro. You know.
Gotcha.
So,
Faith without works is dead. Yep, I agree.
So you talking about Christ real quick? What do you think? Who do you think Christ came for?
from God.
Now, who do you think he came for? Like, who is he for? What is he coming to do, right?
Yeah, he came to bring salvation.
I want to bring this out because I know you got to go. Luke 1:68, it says, and his father Zechariah, filled with the Holy Spirit, prophesied, saying, so this is Zechariah, the father of John the Baptist. He was prophesying in the Holy Spirit. So this is true, right?
Yeah.
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. So who is that horn of salvation, bro?
That horn salvation?
Yeah, who's the horn of salvation? Right. So we're going to read on. As he spake by the mouth of all his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies, right? And from all the hand of them that hate us, to perform the promise, the mercy promised to our father, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore to his father Abraham, that we would grant unto us, that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear. So that's ultimately what the world calls Christ coming to do. He's coming to take the children of Israel out of these lands that we are serving our enemies in, and he's going to put us back in our homeland, and that's where we're going to serve him again. So really, Christ only came for Israel, though. He's a savior for the nation of Israel, brother. You see?
Right.
That's right.
So you got to come back to the commandments also. That's following the Most High God too.
Gotcha.
That's right. That's true.
All right, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Come.
you.
Yes, sir. What's your nationality, bro?
Hispanic.
Nah,
Mexican.
bro. Nah, we just literally told you the whole spill. Like that was given to you by
It
your
was the
oppressors.
first thing I said. I'll give you that much. It's the first thing I said. Well, that's the tribe.
What were you talking about? Israelites, right? You're an Israelite. From what tribe?
From I forgot his name.
Get it right quick just before you leave.
It's Issachar.
It's important.
Issachar? That's his name?
We usually have our posters out here, but like the police are trying to take away the word, so we gotta kind of get it back.
Yeah, you of Israel, from the tribe of Issachar, right? It's cool. I'll give you it right here. So basically, you can see it right here. Here's the poster, and Issachar is the so-called Mexicans.
Okay. Can I take? Or is it
Yeah,
mine?
bro,
Or? Okay, cool. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, just look into that, man. We got this is our channel right here. You can look into it. This is our second channel. Like, this is all like the truth of the Bible, man. Because it's been taught to us in really a false way. It's been twisted up. But this is the truth, man, right here.
Okay.
Just look into it.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, man. So yeah, that was Issachar. You know, Lord willing, he gets the words. But we might just stop it right there. All right.